what I'm talking about.
Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
Hey everybody, welcome into the Arena, Multiplatform Gaming News Podcast. This is episode 106. I'm your host and the founder of the Arena Productions, Expat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burleyman Gaming. Our other co-host, Turn-Based Carl, he is under the weather this week. Hopefully he'll be back with us next week. So Burley, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, and actually the real reason Carl's not here, the McDonald's locked the Wi-Fi he was on.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing good, but I just want to mention, of course, Carl, he had just recently moved from Florida back to his home state of New York, just recently. But all of the people that are down there in Florida, and of course the people that were associated with Carl, I just want to wish all of you, I just want to let you know that we're thinking about you and all that's going on down there with the hurricane that just passed through and everything. So, it's been some pretty terrible news down there. So, just to let you all know that down there in Florida, those of you that are listening to us or watching us on YouTube, or of course on Patreon, we want to say that we're thinking about you. So, anyway, yes, Burley, I'm doing good. And we got a great show for you. Of course, we're going to be talking about Stadia. 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 Yeah, we'll talk about that. Of course, Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones again. We'll talk about that. Of course, a new game coming from EA. It's kind of like a Monster Hunter type of game called Wild Hearts. We're going to talk about that. Callisto Protocol, one of my most anticipated games before the end of this year. We're going to show another trailer for that as well. And then, of course, our topic of the show, we're going to be talking about the big October releases and some of the ones that we're going to be playing. And, of course, we'll be talking about our picks of the week, of course, for the week of October 3rd through the 9th. So, man, Burley, it's October already, man. It's October. Yeah. So, yeah, it's now we're going to get busy because October, November, those are the two biggest months before the end of the year for video game releases. So, I'm excited, and I'm sure you are too. And I'm sure our other co-host Carl is also excited as well. So, yeah. So before we get on to the weekly news beat and what we've been playing this past week, here's a brief word about where you can find the podcast.
Before the crew discuss what they have been playing, this episode of The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, in audio and video formats, will be going to Patreon in early access for one day after being recorded. So if you would like to support the show and become a patron at the entry tier 1 level at $1 per month and get early access to every episode in audio and video formats, exclusive post-show content in video format when recorded, as well as watch or listen ad-free, please visit patreon.com/thearena_podcast for further details. Weekly on Sundays, the podcast will be uploaded to all free podcast services, where you can find us on any podcast app for iOS or Android, and in video format on our YouTube channel, The Arena Productions. For the audio version, just download your favorite podcast app and search for The Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast. Subscribe, follow us, post a review, and leave us questions, comments, and feedback if you like, if that feature is available there, and spread the word about the podcast. We also have a Discord called The Arena Podcast, where you can join and chat with the Arena Podcast community, and the podcast audio website is at thearenapodcast.podbean.com, where you can follow us and leave questions and comments as well. For all information regarding the podcast and our entertainment and pop culture related content, along with our blog and forums, visit the official website of The Arena Productions at www.thearenaproductions.com. Finally, you can also follow us on Twitter at The Arena AMPGNP, as as well as on Instagram at @thearena_podcast. Now, back to the show.
Okay, Burley. Just more Deathloop for me. Just been playing it on PS5. I haven't had a chance to play it on Series X yet, but yeah, I'm just continuing on with Deathloop. How about you?
I've been playing a variety of games for me. Continuing playing Toeum on my off time whenever I've had free time on that. That's just been a nice, sit, relaxing kind of game, and it is just fun. I'm doing the story, but I'm also doing a lot of the extra photo challenges because you only need to do so many to progress through the story, but they're just really simple and fun. So I've just been doing that.
Nice.
I started up on stream Death Stranding. I figured try that game out.
Yeah, and that's interesting because the news about Stadia that we're going to be talking about here in a couple of minutes. There was a news story that said that Kojima's next game was supposed to go to Stadia as well.
Yeah,
but Google just said no thanks. So yeah.
The game is interesting gameplay wise. I'm still really early. The story is Kojima, just the easiest way to say it.
Yeah.
Like if for what little makes sense in the over 3 hours I put in.
Yeah,
I'm sure it'll get changed and some weird shit will happen throughout the thing. But I'm interested to see how the rest of it goes.
Did you see the Jeff Keighley little bit that's in the game? Have you gotten to that part yet?
No.
Okay. So
yeah, I've seen.
You're not missing much, but yeah. Anyway, so. I mean, it's basically a delivery service game, So
yeah.
I mean, for all of you that love Death Stranding, I mean, I'm sure it's it's a great game and all, but for some people, it seemed a bit redundant, being like kind of a delivery, like a package delivery type of game in a sense. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
Yeah. Gameplay wise, for what I've played so far, nothing is standing out of, oh, I really want to keep playing this gameplay. How it works is great. And not the gameplay wise, it's not doing it for me right now.
Yeah.
Story wise has me interested to see, and because you have the characters being played by Guillermo del Toro and Norman Reedus,
right?
And they're doing a great job in there, and they have other Hollywood actors and actresses in the game, so I'm interested to see there. The story has me interested. I don't fully understand it, but it has me interested. Gameplay wise, I'm not. Gameplay hasn't sold me yet, but I'm only a little over 3 hours in.
Yeah.
So I can't say. I probably have seen most of the gameplay.
Right.
But yeah, we'll see. I'm playing the director's cut on that thanks to PS Plus Premium. I have the game. Actually, funny enough, I got it when I bought my PC with my graphics card.
Right.
I got it for my PC, but that's the regular edition of the game, and I've been hemming and hawing about trying it so many times. But then when they said with Premium, you get the director's cut, and I know the director's cut gives you access to vehicles later on that helps speed the process of the story and shit. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to use that shit.
Cool.
It's like, let's just play this version. I also finished up Triangle Strategy on my off time, the story on that. Nice. It was a really, really fun to just finish that game. And I'm taking a little break. I want to go for the golden route, the best ending, but it's for that I need to get up the guide and make sure I'm picking the right choices on the chapters and all that. And it's I don't feel like doing that right now.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump on into the weekly news, B. Burley. So obviously, of course, we got the news about Google and Stadia. So Google Stadia, and for all of you video viewers, I'm going to put the link up here for about 10 seconds. So if you want to go and check out that store, you can. So Google is shutting down Stadia, its cloud gaming service. So the story from IGN here. So it's like we knew this was coming, man. I mean, I knew you had talked about this before, but I mean, we knew that this was probably going to be happening. I mean, so
how many stories have we said? I think in one of my not my first appearances.
Yeah.
Like one of my first appearances, I said, "Is the next year the year that Stadia is going to be canceled?"
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we've been noting this thing has not been doing well for a long time.
Well, it's interesting because it's not shutting down until January. January 18th of next year is when it officially shuts down. So,
Yeah.
and Ubisoft came out and was saying they're going to be giving refunds to subscribers as well. So, I mean, yeah. So I'm just going to read a little bit of this for you. In a new blog, the search engine company revealed that Stadia, quote, hasn't gained the traction with users that we expected, end quote. And as a result, the company has made the difficult decision to begin winding down the service. Google will be refunding users who purchased either hardware or games from Google and Stadia. Quote, we're grateful to the dedicated Stadia players that have been with us from the start. We will be refunding all Stadia hardware purchases made through the Google Store and all game and add-on content purchases made through the Stadia Store, end quote. Players will still be able to access their game library and play until January 18th. So, yeah, I don't know, man. Yeah, this is pretty bad look. I mean, this thing hasn't been around so long. And I mean, people that
Yeah.
bought the hardware, especially, like bought the controllers and stuff. I mean, what are they going to do with these? I mean, can these controllers now be used with like other like Google tablets or something like that in the future? I mean, to be able to at least get their money's worth out of it. I mean, what do you think, Burley?
Oh, you can use the controller on your Android devices and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah,
As far as I know, from what I've seen, and all these other retro clone consoles, I'm sure I'm sure there's guides to get it working with the Steam Deck.
yeah,
It's just a matter of how much work you're really willing to put into this. This was no surprise. I'm actually really surprised that they are refunding everyone on everything. That was a huge thing because they technically didn't have to, but they have to at the same time because the PR hit would be a nightmare for anyone that spent money on that.
yeah,
But like the Chromecast, like the Chromecast that you need for it, you can use for other things. So all the other stuff, it was really the controller and any games that you bought were really the things you really want to get refunded on.
yeah, yeah. But all in all, I mean, this was kind of predicted. I mean, we kind of knew that, Google they've had a history of creating projects that just after a year or 2 or 3 years, they just decided, okay, we're going to scrap it because it's not making the type of money that we thought it would make. So, it's unfortunate for those subscribers and all that. Yeah,
Well,
Burley?
Google's
Mhm.
like you said, Google has they have a website. What has Google killed, and you can see everything they killed. And
Yeah.
like with it, 5 years seems to be the magic number for a lot of these projects. They just
Mhm.
kill it after 5 years
Yeah.
when it doesn't gain the traction. Like Stadia had good ideas, but they
Yeah.
just had stupid things of like, yeah, you're gonna buy the games full price, and
Yeah.
like some of the games like one of the early ones that came out, Final Fantasy 15. It had already been out like 2 or 3 years on PlayStation and Xbox.
Yeah.
You could get it at like $20 at that point on PlayStation, Xbox, or even Steam.
Right.
And it's like, no, you're going to pay this much more just to have it on Stadia. It's like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then like their launch was not good. They didn't have half the features that they promised at launch.
Yeah.
Wasn't like, because I had this pre-ordered, but then I canceled my pre-order, the Stadia thing, because it was like I just had a feeling, and I just put the money into other stuff. I put the money into other stuff. I also had like another cost, a big cost was coming up, so I was like, okay, let's not take the money there. Let's
right.
put it
I bet you felt good about that. I bet you feel good about that now. Yeah, especially.
Oh, I felt good about it at the time, especially when they said like a week before the launch, yeah, you won't have this, that. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Like what one of the cool things they did, they were advertising. You don't know if it ever ended up came into fruition. Because if you're watching someone, like I know they were using Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I think it was, for this. If you're watching YouTube playthroughs and stuff like that, you would get the option of start here. And you could just press on the controller and you could start in that section of the game.
Right.
It was like,
Right.
oh,
That
that's
was
kind of,
cool. Yeah. Yeah. That was really cool.
but
So
as a lot of people have said, Google shouldn't have tried to get into this market. You should have just, you made the tech, license the stuff out. You were not the people to do this. You were competing against Microsoft Game Pass and their other big competitor, besides just the console market and their streaming thing, is Nvidia. Has been working on their own, but their thing is, if you already own the game, we'll let you stream it through our platform. And it's like, so if you've got a Steam library, you already own a lot of these games.
Yeah.
You can just stream it without having to re-buy the game. So it was like, it was way better value. It's like, that was the thing I just didn't get is, why would I want to pay full price for the game plus pay for the streaming service on there? It just, none of it added up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, something that also doesn't add up to me is our next story here. Obviously, Skull and Bones for the 5th time. 5 times. Five times. 5 times has been delayed. So I'm going to go ahead and for all of you video viewers, throw the link in here for you for the next 10 or 20 seconds or so. So if you want to go and check out the story, you can. And I'm going to go ahead and read just a little bit of it here for you from Polygon. So Skull and Bones, Ubisoft's Singapore's ambitious but beleaguered open world pirate adventure is delayed again, the publisher says. It will now launch March 9th, 2023. Ubisoft announced the delay on Wednesday. Skull and Bones had been slotted for a November 8th launch on Amazon Luna, Google Stadia, PlayStation 5, Windows PC, and Xbox Series X. Quote, while the game development is finished at this stage, the extra time will be used to further polish and balance the experience using players' feedback from our technical tests and insider program, which happened over the past 2 weeks, end quote. Ubisoft said in a statement, quote, this is the right decision for our players and for the long-term success of the game, as March 9th, 2023 provides for a suitable release window for this very unique new brand, end quote. So basically, what they're really trying to say is, damn it, there's too many games coming out around this time. We got to throw it into 2023 at probably the only time of the year that doesn't have too many big game releases. I mean, it's like, come on, man. I don't know. I mean, Burley, this is just my take. And I'm going to go ahead for all of you video viewers. I'm going to show the trailer, the latest or one of the latest trailers for Skull and Bones here. But I mean, yeah. So it's coming. Just hold on, just a second. Okay. Here we go.
Well, you get what?
Yeah, it's up. So I mean, look. I mean, 5 times, man. I mean, if you're going to release a game, I can understand it being delayed maybe once or twice, but 5 freaking times, man. I mean, just don't come out with a new release date. Just say we're working on it. We will let you know in a future update when the game will actually be released. I mean, it's getting ridiculous that, I mean, this is probably not the only example of this, but I mean, it's getting out of hand where all of these publishers are just, making these excuses and just delaying the game too many times. Your thoughts?
Yeah. In the case of this game, there were 2 reasons they did this. You're showing the next trailer.
I know it's
okay. There were two things. They knew in November they had no chance. Like everyone, we were all joking and stuff. Did they throw this out to go against God of War, Pokemon, Sonic Frontiers to be like, when this game fails, they can use all that as an excuse? Yeah. So I think they were like, no, because Ubisoft has not been doing well lately. I think they're like, we want this game to come out as a hit. Because like Far Cry did not do well for them, Far Cry 6, and a lot of their other games recently. So they're they want everything to come out as a hit right now. Yeah. So they realize in November they stand no chance. And the feedback on this game has not, like, everyone that's been seeing the trailers and stuff, they're like, where are these features? Where are these?
Yeah.
And this is one of the titles where they're upcharging you the $10 extra for the next gen. So if you're going to charge that, you need to make this, like, this thing better run perfect. I don't need 10 patches to get the game running.
Right.
What I was promised.
Right.
So they're bug fixing the hell out of this.
Right.
But this game has been development hell, the game.
Yeah,
because
it's going to come out though. I mean, that's the thing.
Totally.
I mean, it's at the point now where it's like there's no more excuses. It's ready, but they're just doing a little bit of touch up here and there. I mean,
Yeah.
so come March, it better come out. Because if it doesn't, it's like it's going to go the way of Stadia.
Well,
and
I don't think.
Die. Yeah.
Let's say November wasn't as packed.
Yeah.
Let's say November wasn't as packed, and they didn't forego their release and kept with the original November release date they gave us.
Yeah,
I don't think that game was going to turn heads and get people all excited. You'd have people that would buy into it,
yeah.
But it was just like this. This was a game when they first showed this off years ago. People were interested, and then Ubisoft did the dumbest things ever of just ignored not talking about it, and other than saying, it's in development. Okay, you're gonna say or do anything? It's a development. They did nothing with this, so all the hype that they had with that game initially is all pretty much but dead.
I mean, I think there's going to be a particular group of people that are going to really be into this game, so we'll see. I mean, like for example, say for example on Xbox, the pirate game that's Sea of Thieves, for example, right? This is kind of like a AAA version of Sea of Thieves in a sense. So I mean, you might get a lot of players that want to check it out, and that might be interested in it. So.
But Sea of Thieves, you get to walk around on land. You get more options with Sea of Thieves than you do with this. This, you're not doing anything on land. It's just ship battles. Oh, you battle a fortress, but you can't go in there and loot. So it's like
but it looks more realistic, and it's in a AAA style. I mean, whereas
it's not as more where Sea of Thieves is cartoony, and and all that,
right. So. Yeah, well, anyway, I mean, just 5 times, man, that's bad. But whatever. I mean, it's going to come out, and I hope all of you that are going to be playing it really enjoy it. So
let us know in the comments. What do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think Sea of Thieves is going to do? Do you think it's going to get delayed again? Or do you think it's going to hold to this March release date? We'd love to see your comments in the comment section below.
I'll bet you 10 cases of spiritual opium right now, Burley. It does not get delayed again.
I agree with you on that.
Okay, I think so you're not going to take that bet then. Okay, so you're... Yeah.
No, because I see...
Right.
I agree with you that this thing's coming in March.
Yeah.
They are too far along, and at this point...
Yeah.
Because the attitude with them throwing it in November, it was like, fuck it, we just need to get this thing out and just hopefully sell. That's what they're showing to me.
Yeah.
Because like if they were really invested into this, they would say, you know what, we screwed up on this. We need another year or two in development to get the features everyone wants.
Yeah, well, that's what they should have said after the first delay.
Oh,
that's the problem, man. I mean,
I agree with you. I agree.
I mean, they do that every single time. It's like, oh, it's this, and we just need the more time. Just don't put a date on it, man. Just don't put a date on it. If you're not sure, then don't put a date on it. That's Anyway. Yeah. Well, speaking of games that might push it even farther back. There's a new game coming out in February, which is right before, the Skull and Bones is supposed to come out. It's called Wild Hearts. So, it's kind of like a Monster Hunter clone in a sense, EA's Monster Hunter contender. And it's coming out in February. So I'm going to leave the link for you here for all of you video viewers. And yeah, I'm going to show the trailer for it here in a second, but I'm going to read a little bit of this for you. Actually, I'll go ahead and show you the trailer. So those of you that want to see that, so I'm going to hide the link here now, and I'm going to go to the trailer. So just want to let all of you listeners and viewers know that we don't have like a production person helping us when we do these podcasts here on the Arena Multiplatform Gaming News podcast. I am the producer, basically. So
Yeah.
I am controlling everything. So just bear with me, please, as I go ahead and get this ready. So anyway, do you have anything you want to say about Wild Hearts, Burley? Are you into the Monster Hunter series?
Not that huge into it. Like, I played a bit of World. I've had my fun of like 20 hours that I put into World. But these are the things. These games can be massive and giant grindy that get like, it's just like I can put a bit of time, have fun, and then just stop. And like Capcom makes like 3 of these a year or whatever the damn number is. So it's like, just take your time and make them cross-platform, please. Yeah. So I'm interested to see another developer, another studio come into this and see what they'll do with it.
Yeah. Okay, let's check it out. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize us and go ahead and play the trailer here. So let's go ahead and take a look. And as I'm playing it, I'm going to read a little bit of it. So Wild Hearts can be played solo or in co-op with crossplay across all platforms. Your player character will be almost taken down by a winter wolf called Deathstalker before being given access to, quote, a life-sustaining technology and compelled to restore balance across the region, end quote. So while the game will look immediately familiar to Monster Hunter fans or fans of Omega Force's previous Monster Hunter-like series, Tokiden, its core innovation appears to be in the form of karakuri, magically constructed structures that can aid your hunt. The trailer shows the player here constructing karakuri that act as platforms to leap on monsters, from building a giant hammer and bombs and even spawning a handheld helicopter to glide. So multiple players can use karakuri too, with one shot revealing players constructing harpoons that hook a monster in place. So what do you think of this, Burley? What do you think of what we're seeing here?
I'm liking this. And with what you've read so far, crossplay, I'm liking that. That is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Because like some of these Monster Hunter games, unfortunately, have not had that.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. There's the like the helicopter type of thing there. So
that was cool. And like, ooh, that little hammer. Yeah, this actually has me very interested. Whereas like the last couple Monster Hunter games, I've seen like the Rise games and all that. It was just like, they look okay. But because it's like, oh, this is on Switch, but it's then coming to PC. If you have the PC version, you can't play with Switch players and all this and that. It's like,
now, being that this is going to be published by EA, are you worried about like tons of microtransactions and stuff like that they might try to throw at players?
There is that possibility. So this is one of these games I'm not just going to dive into. I will let other people be the testers and all that, find out for me. Because you never know with EA. This is Koei Tecmo. And I don't think they're as bad on the loot boxes and stuff like that. So I'm hoping it's not too bad. But this is a game that does have me interested. Because it's just like, what can that... from what we've seen here, what else are they going to do?
So I hope everybody's excited to get a chance to play this come February. So I mean, early in 2023 is going to be pretty packed as well, Burley. So
the next
2023 is just looking amazing.
Well, these next couple months, because we're now October, November, December, January, February, March, not just as the podcast co-host here, but as a streamer, content creator on my own. You know how much shit now it's on my mind. I've got to do this and plan this and do that.
Yeah, I mean,
Send
we're going to
me
be
spiritual
busy. So.
opium, people. I'm gonna need every hit.
Well, we're all here at the Arena Productions going to be busy. I mean, of course, we'll probably be doing more
Oh,
extra take episodes, of course,
oh,
for early access for patrons, and then it'll go to our YouTube channel at the Arena Productions, of course, for a lot of these new games that are going to be released. So, yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of another new game that's coming, and I'm really super excited for this one, Burley. It's coming in December, actually, which is interesting. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it doesn't get delayed,
Oh,
but
I don't think it's gonna get delayed.
I think we're gonna be safe on this one. But anyway, the Callisto Protocol. Yes. So the Callisto Protocol, and I'll go ahead and put the link down here for you, for all of you video viewers, from the gamesradar.com. And also leave us in the comments as well, for this episode. What game are you most excited about for the rest of this year and into early 2023? Let us know in the comments. So. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, Burley, and I'm going to show the trailer. This was a new trailer that dropped, and it has an A-list actor in it. And she, of course, is in The Boys. And she is a Japanese American actress from Southern California. And her name is Karen Fukuhara. I'm sure you've heard of her. Yes.
Yeah.
So you'll see her in this trailer. So I'm going to go ahead and start playing it here. So, yeah, really excited for it. So, for all of you video viewers, I'm going to be showing here. So, let me go ahead and get it started. There we go. So,
I have not seen this trailer, so I'm really interested to see.
yeah. So, of course, we have fire here in the ship, and you'll see Karen Fukuhara's face here just a couple of times, but she it seems like from the article that she's one of the main protagonists in this game. So. Yeah, I mean it's mostly Dead Space, more Dead Space, and just the way you're killing some of these monsters in the game. I'm just really excited to get into it, and I'm hoping there's the type of jump scares that you get in a traditional Dead Space game. There you go. There's Karen.
I'm sure.
So
I'm sure. I'm sure there will be.
yeah. So here you go. The corridors here. Yeah. But yeah. So the new trailer gives a terrifying look at the abominations lurking beneath Black Iron Prison, a futuristic prison society operated by United Jupiter Company on Jupiter's moon Callisto. Hence the name, the Callisto Protocol. So, yeah. So, Striking Distance Studios' upcoming sci-fi horror has been called a spiritual successor to Dead Space, and it's easy to see why in this latest trailer. So.
Oh yeah, you can't watch this and not think Dead Space. Like,
oh yeah, I can't wait for this game, man. This is probably for the rest of the year. Besides maybe God of War Ragnarok, I mean, this game is I think the most anticipated for me. There you go.
I love that, just pushing him into the machinery there. So that does show me, because like I'm someone that hasn't played Dead Space. I'll be playing it in a couple days.
Yeah.
So just you're not just using your weapons; you can use the environment to take down your enemies.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. So
have they announced that if this game's going to be co-op or not? Because I know like Dead Space 3 gave you co-op.
I don't think so. I don't think they've announced anything about that yet. So,
yeah.
But
I agree with you. I don't think this game's get delayed, especially with the past stories we've said, with the head of the studio having the comments of the crunch and all that, and having the tweets and taking those down.
Yeah.
They are taking their time. They're working their ass off, making sure this thing is polished as all hell. I personally, I don't want to see any more of this game.
I said that last time. I was like, I don't want to see any more, but when they mentioned that Karen Fukuhara was going to be in it, I'm like, okay,
yeah. And she is awesome in The Boys as Kimiko. So if you've watched The Boys,
she's Japanese American. So shout out to the Japanese Americans out there. Yeah. So, but anyway, Callisto Protocol coming in December. So, all right, Burley, it's time for the topic of the show. Let's go ahead and jump into. Speaking of big game releases, October is going to be huge, of course. So we've got lots of games coming in October. We've got. We're going to be showing also Scorn, which is going to be coming out. Actually, Scorn is releasing a couple of weeks early, which is kind of interesting. So we got that, and that's going to be on Game Pass day one. Of course, A Plague Tale Requiem, of course, that's another huge one that's coming to Game Pass day one. Gotham Knights, obviously, so the successor to the Batman series. So that's coming. Bayonetta 3 for all of you Switch users out there. That's coming towards the end of the month, as well as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. So lots of stuff to show. So for all of you video viewers, I'm going to show you the trailers for most of these big releases that we're going to be talking about here. So let me go ahead and get that ready. So, Burley, anything to say? Yeah, about.
I was going to say we didn't put Persona 5 Royal here just because that game's already been out.
It's been out.
Years.
Yeah.
So
same with the Uncharted collection as well. That's Legacy of Thieves collection. That's already been out. So as well as the Resident Evil. Was it the Reverse that's coming out? It's
and Gold RE8 Gold Edition.
Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to put this link for you video viewers. Of course, this is from releases.com. This is the link that we show usually every week when we give our picks of the week. So if you want to see all of the games for October, as well as the big game releases that we're going to be discussing in the topic of the show, please go to releases.com. You'll see all of the games that are releasing this month. So you can go ahead and check that out. So, so let me go ahead and get to the first one here. So, which is Scorn, which is really interesting here. So let me go ahead and start that. So, so this is coming to Game Pass, and it's interesting that it's coming out a couple of weeks early. So another survival horror type of game here. So
that did surprise me because it's very rare that they'll be like, we're just going to move up the release date.
Yeah.
So it means they are quite confident in that, which is, hey, nice to see.
Yeah.
And it is a day one on Game Pass, so I probably will end up trying this in October, but who knows? This month is quite packed.
It's interesting how it kind of looks very Alien-esque in a sense.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to definitely try this. I'm going to definitely play it day one on Game Pass. So looking forward to playing it. So very first person it looks like here. So all the infestation here.
Yeah. This I could just see you really want to play this in the dark with just the glow of your TV.
Oh yeah.
So that way when you do get that jump scare moment, you're just gonna go flying up off the couch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So for all of you video viewers, you see all the guts and the blood and everything. I mean, it's very Callisto Protocol in a sense. I mean, except for pushing the monsters into the like the blades and all, but But so there you go. So you get some of that first person action there. So
and I love it. You're not just using the guns as just shooting. You can run up and melee with them, put them into the body. That is cool.
Yeah, so I take it this is more of a kind of a semi-open world. I mean, in a sense, going through this ship or whatever it is.
I bet it's like Doom, where the levels are quite big, and you have multiple ways you can kind of go and find your way and find little goodies.
Right.
But it's going to be level based. Who knows? We won't fully know until the game is out.
Yeah. So we have the arm and the hand being consumed there. Yep. So Scorn. Yeah. October 21st. So looking forward to that. Yeah.
Oh, that day's a packed day.
Oh yeah. Next up, A Plague Tale Requiem, and we've talked about this game a lot on the podcast, but here's another look at it. This is another Game Pass day one title that I'm really, really excited about. Both Burley and I, we have played A Plague Tale Innocence.
Mhm.
So this is the sequel to that game, and from, of course, Asobo Studio and Focus Entertainment. So obviously the two protagonists, the of course the older sister and the younger boy.
Amicia and Hugo
That's
are
right.
the
Yes, yeah, and of course, and what is the game without, of course, black rats?
Oh, this is a game I'm really looking forward to. Like I already have it downloaded on my Series S, the little part they let you download ahead
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
Like I really enjoyed the first game,
Mhm.
because it isn't just you go story to story. Like you can look around. The crafting was really good, and
Yeah.
so like it had a lot of great elements, and I'm just hoping the only thing I hope they don't do with the sequel is any of those. You One of your guys is pushing the cart and you have to protect them.
Yeah.
That section of the first game can go fuck itself.
Yeah,
Hated
yeah,
that.
yeah. Well, it looks like they're leaving. I don't think they're going to be in France the whole game here. I think they're actually probably in parts of Spain in
Yeah.
this game as well. So, but but yeah, Hugo. It looks like obviously he is afflicted again in this game.
Oh yeah.
Being able to use the powers to summon the rats and all. Uh, speeds up his affliction in a sense. But yeah, but you see the girl here, she's got some more
Michia.
yeah, you see her, she's running through the corridors here, but throughout this game she's going to have more skills to use, like the crossbow as well as the slingshot like she did in the first game.
I mean,
So
and like more brutal death she's doing with the soldiers.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
like that I can't wait to see. And I'm wondering, you do see a little bit of the one guy from the first game. I can't remember his name.
Hmm.
The one guy that was, I think he was studying to be like was it a maester?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm hoping we get him quite a lot through the game.
Yeah, so this is a part of the game here for all of you video viewers that is familiar to the first game, obviously using torches to move
The
or
rats.
light to move the rats. Yeah, so, and lots of stealth again, of course.
Oh
So here's some of that crossbow action. Yeah, so, and the stealth kills. Yeah.
no,
So
yeah. See her going in with the knife and all that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
She's more brutal in this game, that's for sure.
and
Yeah.
that was something I used to do in the first game, where you would from range take out their torches and let the rats consume them.
Yeah.
So that was a lot of fun. I'm hoping we get more sections with Hugo using the rats,
Yeah.
because you didn't get a lot of that in the first game, and I understand, but that was such a fun, just him using the rats, and you just
Right.
because I remember they make you go through a really, really hard section as Amicia, and then you're
Yeah.
playing as Hugo, and then you could just have fun with the rats and just.
Oh, there you go, Burley. There you go.
Good.
There's a cart. There's a cart. You're gonna have to use a
no.
cart. Yeah.
Oh,
So for
the
you
rats.
video viewers, you saw the cart there. So yeah, those are some tough parts of the game, man. So
Oh.
yeah. So,
And this is a game like the first game, you had no difficulty select. It's
Yeah.
one difficulty for everyone.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. So the next game we're going to show here, of course, is Gotham Knights, and Gotham Knights is coming out. I think it's also on it's like the third
21st.
week, 21st. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah, I'm really excited for this. This is the trailer for all of the characters. I don't know about you, Burley, but I think I'm most excited to play Batgirl
No, I know.
the most. But yeah,
For me, Nightwing.
Nightwing. Okay, yeah, we're seeing Nightwing right here for all of you video viewers. Yeah, so but yeah, I'm wondering how similar this is going to be to the last Gotham game that came out. I mean, it's probably going
Arkham
to
Knight.
be Arkham Knight. Yeah, I mean, it's probably going to be more open world than Arkham Knight was. But yeah, just how similar in combat style it is. So
I'm sure combat style to be quite similar.
mhm.
So it'll be interesting. I'm really interested to see how well the co-op is going to work on this.
Yeah.
And just because I think it also does have like drop in, drop out co-op. So
Uh-huh.
like you could join me for a bit, and then if you
Yeah.
got to leave, you got to go, and then it'll throw the AI in
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
whoever you were playing as.
Yeah. Yeah. October 25th. Interesting. I
Oh,
thought it was the
I thought it was
21st.
the
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's Persona that's the 21st as well.
Okay. Yeah. So
That's where I messed up. My bad.
well, all of you, audio and video viewers, you can go to releases.com and you can check out the actual dates, but it's pretty close to each other. So, yeah, most of these big releases are coming like from the middle to the end of the month.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that we're showing you here. So, but yeah, good stuff. Okay, let's go to the next one. All right. So, next up, we've got Bayonetta 3, obviously for you Switch players.
Oh, Gotham Knights is coming on the 21st. It was at that one trailer. They had it for the 25th.
I see. Okay.
I was like,
thanks for that, Burley. But anyway,
no problem.
yeah. So Bayonetta 3, of course, for all of you Switch players out there. So are you going to be playing this one, Burley?
No, I have not
No.
actually
Okay.
ever played any of the Bayonetta games. I have the first one.
Wow.
Funnily enough, thanks to Games with Gold.
I see. Yeah.
But like, here's the thing: like, I never got huge into like the Devil May Cries and all that
Mhm.
stuff like that. So it was
Yeah.
like, I've heard really good things about Bayonetta, and then I thought of picking up 2 for the Switch because they had at one point the little, if you buy Bayonetta 2, you get Bayonetta 1 free. It was like it wasn't full price, but it was like it was quite the high cost of, do I want to take the chance?
Yeah.
And I just haven't seen enough that makes me want to pick any of these games up. I will eventually try the first game, but I've heard great things. Have you played any of the Bayonettas?
No, I have not, unfortunately. I just, never really been into that style of game. Yeah, I mean, no, I haven't, Burley. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
fair.
when it comes to the Switch, I mean, right now, I mean, as most of you that listen and watch these videos know, I'm now playing Splatoon 3, and I'm really enjoying it. So I think I'm going to probably wait if I ever do play any of these Bayonetta games.
Yeah.
I'll probably play the first one, and then go from there. But I mean, this style of game is, it's not new. I mean, there's so many different titles out there. So, but I know that there's a lot of
put them all
people
on the dartboard and take the dart and throw. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of people out there that that love this series, and I'm really excited for you to get a chance to play it. So, and it's coming out late in the month too. It's coming out on the 28th. So yeah,
the
towards the tail end of the month.
End of the month.
Yeah. So, but anyway. Okay, next up, let's go ahead and move on. I'm going to go ahead and show Call of Duty. So that's the big money maker, obviously every year, of course, with Activision. So it's coming out on the 28th, same day as Bayonetta 3. So yeah.
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 I'm
for
gonna
all of you PlayStation players, it will be on PlayStation.
Yes.
It will be on PlayStation. So
I'm going to make an out there prediction.
Yeah.
Call of Duty is going to outsell Bayonetta.
Yeah. I'll take that bet as well. No spiritual opium bets on that one, man. No. Yeah. So yeah, another year of Call of Duty, and of course Modern Warfare 2. And I'm also going to show the trailer here for the multiplayer. But I mean, a lot of the most famous characters are in this one. So, Captain Price, yeah, he's in it again. So yeah, I mean,
I did like 2019's story. I really did like 2019's story and bring it back.
Yeah,
and Captain Price was really great in that, and some of
Yeah.
the other characters. So this I'm not going to buy right away. This
No.
I will wait to see, and if it really does use the triggers like Cold War did
Mm-hmm.
on the PlayStation 5, this will be a selling point for me.
Well,
Because
I will
they did
wait.
really,
I will wait until next summer when
yeah.
hopefully the deal has gone
Will be
through.
done.
Then it will go to Game Pass.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the best option.
Yeah, and here is for all you video viewers. Here is the multiplayer trailer. Here,
Which
so.
the beta, from what I've heard of streamer buddies of me, the beta was not too good. The menus and stuff were horrible, and apparently there were already cheaters already in the beta. So that's the one thing with Call of Duty that I used to. I'll be honest. I used to play the multiplayer back in the day, but then now with all the aim bots and all that shit, and the no recoil bots and all that mods and all that crap, and the multiplayer just became unfun.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for the campaign. I mean, I really want to play the campaign. I mean, it's just I've never really been into the multiplayer, but I mean, the campaign always interests me, and I always enjoy the campaign.
Yeah.
So
same. Multiplayer used to be interested, but the campaign, because that's the thing. Like some people I know, like Call of Duties have campaigns. They have decent campaigns. What? It's like, yeah, they actually used to really have some great campaigns.
Yeah, well, there was a year or so that they skipped the campaign. They just did
Black Ops 4.
Yeah,
and
Black Ops 4.
I think that was the one. And then they screwed up on some of the multiplayer stuff as well on that, and people were not too happy. But still sold like 18 million jillion copies.
Now, for all of you video viewers, they just showed the one guy got shot and he just disappears into smoke.
Yeah.
So, okay, but anyway, so yeah,
which famous celebrity are we gonna get for the commercials on this? Remember when they used to do the TV ads? They used to have like Jonah Hill. They used to get all these like weird actors and actresses just to be for the Call of Duty multiplayer trailers.
Yeah. I have no idea. So, but anyway, another Call of Duty, and it's coming out. Obviously, this is the time of year it comes out. So, but at the tail end of the
November. It's usually November. So, but I guess they're just confident, or they want this out before Ragnarok.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's coming out on the 28th. Yeah, usually it comes out like right at the beginning of November. But
third person. There you go, Carl.
Yeah, for our our other member Carl. Yeah, he'll like that. So
he's definitely gonna buy it then.
No, I don't think so.
No, I know. I'm going with the joke here.
He's not gonna buy this game. Yeah, I mean, he's already bought.
He's not gonna buy a game.
2 games this year, or 3. So, but anyway. So those are the big games that are coming out this month. So that's been our topic of the show. Like I said, I'm personally looking forward the most to A Plague Tale Requiem and Gotham Knights. Those 2 games, and Scorn. I'm interested in Scorn, but Plague Tale Requiem and Gotham Knights are the 2 big ones for me. How about you, Burley? Which one are you looking forward to the most?
Plague Tale is my number 1 that I really want to. That's the one I for sure playing and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've got Gotham Knights is my number 2. I'm really interested. Scorn for me as well. I'm very interested. It's just I don't know with when it's coming out and with what I've got planned streaming wise and stuff. I don't know if that's going to be a day 1 I get to it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the other stuff like Call of Duty is just hey, let's wait and see this. I'm probably not going to pick this up, but I'm interested on the campaign.
Yeah.
Bayonetta. I hope it's good for people that are Bayonetta fans, because I know people have been waiting a long time on that.
Right. Okay, well, now it's time to get to, of course, our picks of the week. So, Burley, you are up first. So, of course, you can find, I'll show you the link one more time here. So you can check out all of these games at releases.com for the week of or for the month of October. But of course, our picks of the week are for October 3rd through October 9th. So, okay, you go ahead, Burley. What do you got for us?
My pick of the week is Dragon Prana. An evil king that has threatened the world in the past becomes free from his seal after 120 years. The descendants of the heroes that saved the world to stand up to the fight this new evil. However, will they overcome the suzerainty and the racial pride of humans, elves, dwarves to face this threat? A fantastic retro RPG with top quality nostalgic pixel art and game system worthy of modern times. Battle with these 20 classes that can be changed in combat and unlock boards and strengthen stats and learn special skills. The formations are also important to get advantages in turn-based battles. In the end, clear a wide variety of conditions in the game to earn high-quality rewards. It is coming Friday, October 7th to PC, Xbox One, and Xbox Series.
Nice. Very, very retro style as usual. As usual from you, Burley. Yeah.
Well, I love my turn-based RPGs. The pixel art I really enjoy, but it's like I like that they're doing like the stat builds and the trees there. You can see and all that.
Yeah. Cool stuff, man. Yeah. Dragon Prana. Yeah. It's cool. Yeah. Little pixelated art there. So cool.
Surprised it's not coming to Switch. That's
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I am up next. So as I get this ready here, let me just take a second here to get this ready. So, of course, my pick of the week is Overwatch 2. So Overwatch 2 is, of course, coming on October 4th for PC, PS4, PS5, Switch, Xbox One, and Xbox Series X and S. Overwatch 2 is a supercharged sequel to Overwatch 1 that will send players deeper into the world and story of Overwatch and build upon the original game's critically acclaimed foundation of world-class player versus player competition. So Kiriko, she is the new character, the big new character for for Overwatch. So yeah, new cosmetics, all. So and this is going to be free to play now. So you can download this on your Xbox or on your PlayStation or whatever. So I'm excited for this. It's kind of becoming, like we talked about before the show started. It's kind of becoming more like Apex in a sense.
Yep. And for once this date hits for this game, uninstall Overwatch 1 because it's officially dead at that point.
Yes, that's right.
They've said. I figure for those that may not know, just let them know.
Yeah. Yep. New weekly bundles, of course. So yeah, it'll be interesting. Yeah. So I'm interested to play the new maps and everything. So
I'll eventually try this out. It's just like I said, I've got so much stuff planned, and with other games I'm working through and stuff, it's like I don't know if I have the time to jump and really put into one of these free-to-play games, but I will give it a shot.
Yeah, definitely. Alrighty. So let me go ahead and get to the next here. So, all right. Okay, so next up, so those were of course, our picks of the week. And of course, please go to releases.com to check out all the games coming in October. And of course, the games that are going to be coming out this coming week as well. So next up, Burley, is, of course, our PS Plus games that were announced for October. So what do we got for PS Plus?
Alrighty, so what we got for PS Plus, we got an Injustice 2 coming.
Mm-hmm.
So
and this is a video here for all of you video viewers. Hot Wheels Unleashed is also coming. So
yes, we've also Hot Wheels Unleashed. The next we've got that coming for both PS5, PS4, as well as we've got Super Hot, a unique first-person shooter that lets you slow down time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and Injustice 2, yeah. So,
I played the first Injustice game.
yeah,
I'm not that huge in these fighting games, but yeah, I'll maybe try it out.
yeah. I played Super Hot. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Super Hot. I've heard really good things, so I want to try that.
Yeah. Now these are the games coming to Essential, so probably we're going to get word later on about the premium tier games. Yeah. All right. Okay, so next up we've got the Xbox, of course, games with gold. So let's go ahead and show the games with gold here. So go ahead
Alrighty.
and start that. Okay.
Already, our games with gold games. We've got only 2 games.
Yeah.
Windbound and Bomber Crew Deluxe Edition. Windbound will be available October 1st to 31st. Bomber Crew will be available October 16th to November 15th. These are both games I have never heard of. So I'm guessing these are kind of like your AA kind of indie level of games.
Yeah. It's interesting for all of you video viewers. This game kind of reminds me of a game. I think it's called Pyre. I forget, but yeah, the art style is kind of similar as well. So,
Okay. Yeah. I think it is Pyre because I know what you mean. This doesn't look bad. This looks like something I may just grab and just eventually, when I get on one of those days of what do I want to play, and you got tons of games staring at you, I'll be like, I'll download this and try.
Yeah. So all these different worlds. That's cool. All right.
Alrighty.
So you have like the day and the night sequences there.
Yeah. It kind of gives me Kena vibes.
Oh, okay. Kena Bridge of Spirits, yeah.
Yeah, with the bow and stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. So I mean, on land and sea, here in this in this trailer and in the game. So yeah, so Windbound and Bomber Crew. What do we got for Bomber Crew here? So deluxe edition.
Oh, yeah. This looks very very indie.
Yeah.
Meet the recruits.
Yeah.
So,
So
I love
yeah,
that
like,
focus is in there.
Yeah, it focuses in, and of course you're like customizing your character and everything. But yeah, personalize your craft as well. So
yeah.
So anyway, those are the games. All right.
So what? Oh, that's cool that you can just put whatever you want on the side of your plane.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. It's good
But
stuff.
we're as we've stated before.
Yeah.
They've now cut it down to 2. I told you they weren't going to add any more games.
Right.
You know what? This service, Microsoft is taking the long road to killing this.
Yeah. Okay, so next up, I want to talk about some comments that we had from the previous episode. So one of our, of course, our patrons and of course, our listeners and listener and viewer, Tuweel, of course, a shout out to Tuweel. He had a comment for Carl, but of course, Carl's under the weather. He's not with us, but I wanted to read it anyway. So it's discussing. He says the PS4 is worth keeping. So we were talking last week about obviously I was thinking about boxing up my PS4 Pro because now I have the PS5 and I have Xbox Series X and the Switch here on my table, and I hardly ever use my PS4 Pro because I'm using the PS5. So he says the PS4 is worth keeping because the PS5 backwards compatibility isn't 100%. Main reason I'm keeping my PS4 is the PS2 emulator on the PS5 has a lot of issues. Once they fix that, I'll probably sell it. I sold my Xbox One X. I still have the PS3 and PS2 since there are games on those systems. I keep telling myself I'll get around to playing one day. I sold most of my older systems. When I want to play a retro game, I'll play one of my mini consoles or the Evercade. So that is from Tawil, our patron. So thank you so much, Tawil. We really appreciate you. And thank you for the comment. So what did you think of that, Burley?
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, I kept my PS4, but my PS4 originally I kept it before I got my new TV was just a, hey, this is my Netflix box and all that, because I hate turning off the HDBC all the time on my PlayStation, all that.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it makes sense. I haven't tried the PS2 emulation on my PS5, so I can't say anything on that. I know there was issues at first.
Yeah. All right. So, of course,
thank you for the comments.
Thank you for the comments.
We really do appreciate it. I should start off and say that.
Yeah. And, of course, for all of you viewers, of course, that are going to be watching on the Arena Productions, our YouTube channel, please leave us some comments about what you thought of, this episode and, the games that are going to be released in October, as well as the PS Plus games and games with gold. Are you excited for any of those? Let us know in the comments below. We really appreciate it. So, and if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to, of course, on YouTube, leave us a like and hit that subscribe button, and as well as hit that notification bell for the next time we drop a new episode of the Arena Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast on the channel. So thank you so much. We really appreciate that. And obviously, for all of you patrons, this episode will be going up in early access for the first day before going to our YouTube channel. So we really appreciate all of you. So thank you so much for your support. Yeah. And just one little note, of course, on the YouTube side of things, we are less than 100 hours away from hitting the last requirement for becoming YouTube partner. So, if you're watching any of our videos, whether it's the Arena Multi-Platform Gaming News Podcast or any of our other content, please be sure to try to watch them in their entirety. It helps us out a great deal when it comes to the watch hour time for that final requirement. So thank you so much for helping us with that and all of your support. We really appreciate it. So
we can't thank you enough. Thank you all so much. We wouldn't be able to get this close without all of you. We can't thank you enough.
Yeah, and obviously, thanks to our other co-host and our other team member, Carl. Of course, he's under the weather this week, but hopefully he'll be back with us next week. So take care, Carl. So anyway, to end the show, it's time for our indie recording artist spotlight. So this week's spotlight is on T. Bless. T. Bless is an interdisciplinary musician and sound artist. He mixes a variety of genres and mediums, ranging from psychedelic funk to abstract ambient lullabies, noise, jazz, and experimental sound art. In recent years, he has toured as a solo performer, as well as with various groups, and composed music for film, theater, and dance. From his album titled Lost Games of the 1990s. And the song is called Asteroid Rebellion 5. So this has been the Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, episode 106. I've been your host, and I am the founder of the Arena, a multi-platform gaming news podcast, expat, along with my co-host, Burley of Burleyman Gaming. We hope to catch you in the next one. So take care, everyone. Peace out.
Bye, everyone.